This is Vladimir.
And I've studied 22 languages.
Most people in the world speak only their native language. Then you have those gifted ones who know 2 or 3 or 4, and then you have Vladimir, who can speak over 20 languages from Mandarin to Farsi.
8 of them, 9 of them at quite a high level. That would be C1, C2 for those who are familiar with this scale.
Vladimir and I are in Budapest, Hungary right now, and he can speak Hungarian, so we're gonna go find someone random on the street and he's gonna ask him a question.
Hát a srác egy YouTuber, és csinál videót rólam. Nem csak ezt, más videókat is csinál, és most csak arról, mert én több nyelveken beszélek, és nem csak magyarul, és...
Do you think he sounds like he's from Hungary?
I think yes.
In order of fluency right now, what would you say your top 5 or top 10 languages?
Slovak, English, then Czech, I don't really count, but it's for me almost as Slovak. Mandarin Chinese, I would say Italian, Russian, German, probably these 7. And then French, Spanish, maybe Portuguese.
Vladimir comes from the eastern Slovak town called Košice.
That's the eastern part, second largest city.
From a very young age, he was exposed to many languages.
I went to a Hungarian kindergarten, so I learned Hungarian, Slovak at the same time, basically. And since it was Czechoslovakia at that time, so I learned Czech as well. When I was about 7, I went to the United States, learned English almost as a native speaker. And then in school, I had to learn German. I learned a little bit of French from my, I think it was the sister of my aunt, and so it was just natural to learn.
As time went on, Vladimir learned more and more languages, not to show off or to impress anyone, but to be able to have a deeper connection to foreign cultures.
The most beautiful thing about it for me is when you sort of can tap into the culture, when you can experience the cool things that are going on in that culture as if you were from that culture. So for instance, we were talking about Eminem, about his hit singles in 2001 or 2, and I happened to be in the States at that time. I remember everyone was just crazy about it, and for me it was unbelievable to literally be part of that wave. So there are these moments of coolness in every culture. You just don't know about them because you don't speak Japanese or you don't speak, I don't know, Polish.
等一下我先去吃饭好不好？然后晚一点我们可以去。
Not surprisingly, Vladimir makes a living by translating languages.
Általános italszövetkezet.
I work as an interpreter and I have a bachelor's degree in Chinese studies, so I try to set the standards quite high.
So what's the hardest part about learning a new language?
I think the frustration that comes with knowing nothing at the beginning and progressing very slowly and belief that it will eventually get better. Because I think motivation is the most important thing.
Vladimir is a cool guy, and I really admire his discipline to study languages because I know how hard it can be. If you ever see him on the street, be sure to say hi in your native language. Naskadano. Hezky den. Bye bye. See you later.
Takže ahojte, volám sa Vlado, som zo Slovenska, na Slovensku som sa narodil a prežil som tam väčšinu času. Som z Košíc a študoval som v Banskej Bystrici. So when it comes to English, I spent some time in the US as a child, and then later I kept going back and forth. Basically, I was there almost every summer since I was 8 until I was 18, and I think I worked actually in New York on Times Square one summer. Ciao a tutti, sono Vladimir. L'italiano l'ho imparato in Italia quando ho fatto Erasmus a Forlì, all'Università di Bologna. È già un paio di anni fa, quindi non lo parlo così bene come lo parlavo prima, però perlomeno so dire qualcosina, perlomeno. Magyarul azért beszélek, mert magyar óvodába jártam. Én Kasáról vagyok, a családomban szerintem nincs senki, aki magyar lenne, beszélnek magyarul, de nem vannak magyarok. És mondhatom, hogy magyar az anyanyelvem, de bár nagyon sokat elfelejtettem, mert nem használom minden nap, és az utolsószor, amikor beszéltem magyarul, az akkor volt, amikor itt voltam Budapesten 1 évvel ezelőtt, szóval nagyon régen volt. 大家好，我叫舒文涛，我来自斯洛伐克，我中文是在台湾学的，但是我是在捷克的查理大学中文系开始学中文的。我目前工作是中文斯洛伐克英文翻译，然后主要是为我们斯洛伐克刑警还有海关工作的。Здравствуйте, меня зовут Владимир. Говорю тоже русский. В принципе, для нас, словаков, выучить русский язык не очень сложно, потому что русский и словацкий очень похожи друг на друга. но все-таки для того, чтобы говорить хорошо на русском, все-таки довольно сложно. Я был несколько раз в России, и русский выучил в Санкт-Петербурге и в Словакии.
I'm Drewbinsky, and if you like my travel videos, please click subscribe and join me as I plan to visit every country in the world.